I'm Alex Cheeklate Gum. Welcome to another Pokemon Go video. Today we're going to talk about the Wild Area event. It is coming back for the second time. It was a blast last year, so we're going to see how good it is this year. First and foremost, we have the in-person location in Nagasaki, Japan from November 7th through the 9th. All 3 days, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. local time. Tickets are going to cost around $25 US. And then we have the following weekend, which is November 15th to the 16th, we have the Global Wild Area event. That's going to be from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. local time on both days. You can play the global version for free. However, you have the option to pay for a $12 ticket to get the full Wild Area experience. I would highly recommend taking advantage of the $12 ticket, and we're going to go over the details and the bonuses, and you'll see why. But before we do that, make sure you guys subscribe to this channel, make sure you hit the notification bell, and let us know in the comments below. Are you playing in Nagasaki? And if you're playing globally, where are you going to be playing? I'm going to be playing in Reno, Nevada during the global weekend, so I hope to see you guys there. And obviously, I'm not going to Japan once again because I still don't have a passport. But without further ado, let's dive in to the details. We're going to go ahead and talk about the global version first because I feel like it's mostly the same, but there's just like a little bit more for the Wild Area in-person event. So let's talk about something major. We have a Pokemon Go debut. It's Impidimp and its evolution line. Impidimp can be shiny if you're lucky, and you can get it in the wild, or you can hatch 5-kilometer eggs. And just like with a 3-stage evolution, it's 25 candies to evolve it into Morgrim, and 100 candies to evolve it into Grimmsnarl. Because it's a dark and fairy type, we're mostly going to see some spawns in the wild during a certain habitat hour that are either dark types or fairy types. Kind of like how last year it was electric types and poison types, because the main focus was Toxel and Toxtricity. Now the next one is a banger. We have some Shadow Legendary Pokemon in 5-star Shadow raids. You can try to go after Shadow Cresselia and Shadow Darkrai during that event. If you're playing in Nagasaki, you're going to go after both of them on event days. However, if you're going to be playing globally, you're going to encounter the Shadow Cresselia on Saturday and Shadow Darkrai on Sunday, and if you're lucky, you may even get Shiny Shadow Cresselia and Shiny Shadow Darkrai. I obviously have to say the Shiny Shadow Darkrai sounds like it's gonna be one of the hunts of the season. I cannot wait, bro. And obviously we have some shiny debuts. We did talk about Impidimp because it is the main focus and it's debuting during the Wild Area event, but we also have 2 more shiny releases. We have Shiny Hatenna, which I'm very happy it's being released, and we have Shiny Unknown W. Here's the thing, Unknown W was not shiny eligible during GoFest, which was something that I was very disappointed about. But we're getting Shiny Unknown W during Wild Area, so I'm really happy about that. Now, obviously the incense encounters when it comes to Unknown are going to be different comparing to the in-person event and the global event, and we'll talk about that in a second. Last year we had 2 rotating habitat hours, one focusing on electric types, the other focusing on poison types. This year, we're expecting dark and fairy types, and that's what we're looking at right now. First rotating habitat hour is called the Lurking Dark Hour, and it's going to feature the following. We have Alolan Meowth, Alolan Grimer, Ghastly, Hoothoot, Murkrow, Sneasel, Houndour, Poochyena, Galarian Zigzagoon, Seedot, Nincada, Cacnea, Kricketot, Stunky, Skorupi, Scraggy, Zorua, which is a huge one, Fungus, Dino, Inkay, Phantom, Impidimp, and Dreepy. Everything except for Dreepy can be shiny. And the other one is called the Fanciful Fairy Hour, and this is going to mainly feature fairy types. So these are the following ones that you can get during that hour. We have Clefairy, Alolan Vulpix, Jigglypuff, Galarian Ponyta, Chansey, Togetic, Marill, Snubbull, Ralts, Skitty, Swablu, Phoebus, Cherubi, Audino, Cottony, Esper, Dedenne, Klefki, Poplio, Cutiefly, Hatenna, Impidimp, and Smoliv. Everything except for Klefki can be shiny. If you don't have Klefki in your Pokédex, because you have to go to France to get it, this would be a great opportunity to get that in your Pokédex, whether you are playing in person or globally, and also for free or with a $12 ticket. Mighty Pokémon are back! This is one of the best features for Wild Area. You have fully evolved Pokemon that are more powerful than ever. They have higher stats. They are most likely to be XL and XXL. They're also shiny eligible. And most importantly, they're very difficult to catch, which is why Go Safari Balls are coming back for a limited time during the event. Once we get some more details, we might learn more about how to get Safari Balls like we did last year. It might be the same because you have to do research tasks, you have to win raids, you had to do different stuff. And then you obviously had to have as many Safari Balls as possible to catch some Pokemon easily. And this was the best ball to use if you had a daily incense on to capture Galarian birds. So obviously we have a list of what's gonna be a Mighty Pokemon for Nagasaki. And then of course we do have some that are featured globally on different days. If you are attending the Wild Area event in Nagasaki, Japan for the in-person event, you're gonna go after the following Wild Area Mighty Pokemon. We have Alola Ninetales, we have Wigglytuff, Galarian Rapidash, Galarian Weezing, Ampharos, Bramble, Houndoom, Tyranitar, Gardevoir, Mawile, Absol, Honchkrow, Weavile, Golurk, Hydreigon, Primarina, Corviknight, Hatterene, Obstagoon, and Meowscarada. That is a huge list. However, if you're playing the global version of the event, you're not gonna see a few of these mighty Pokemon. You're not gonna see Ampharos, you're not gonna see Corviknight, you're not gonna see Primarina, and you're not going to see Hydreigon. Instead, you're gonna see the other ones, but they're all going to be spawning on different days. So on Saturday, November 15th, you're gonna be seeing Wigglytuff, Galarian Rapidash, Tyranitar, Mawile, Absol, Golurk, Hatterene, Obstagoon, and Meowscarada. And on Sunday, November 16th, the following Pokemon that you can encounter are going to be Alola Ninetales, Galarian Weezing, Bramble, Houndoom, Gardevoir, Honchkrow, Garchomp, Drapion, and Weavile. We talked about how Impidimp is also going to be obtainable in 5km eggs. But what else is going to be in the 5Ks? Well, we have Mime Jr., we have Sandile, we have Pawniard, Carbink, Impidimp, and we have Tinkatink. Everything except for Tinkatink can be shiny. They picked some really good Pokemon to be in these eggs, believe it or not. Incense encounters, let's talk about the global version first. Every single trainer, whether you bought a ticket or not, are going to get some encounters from Incense, not the daily, but from Incense encounters. And there are some mighty Pokemon on there. And it's going to be on both days. You will be able to encounter the following mighty Pokemon, which will include Alola Ninetales, Galarian Rapidash, Tyranitar, Mawile, Absol, Garchomp, Drapion, Weavile, Hatterene, and Meowscarada. However, if you are a ticket holder for the global version, you're gonna go after Unknown's W-I-L-N-D, and if you're lucky, you may even get the brand new shiny Unknown W. This is a shiny I'm gonna be grinding for because I have all 24 available shiny Unknowns right now. This is number 25 for me. I know, we're getting so close to finishing up the shiny alphabet. It's stupid. And the mighty Pokemon that we have mentioned earlier, those are also going to be obtainable for everybody because we talked about it. However, the craziest thing is some trainers might even encounter the following mighty Pokemon: Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf. That's huge. Like, yo, that's crazy, man. I'm actually really excited, dude. Like, get those incense popping because you might get a shiny mighty legendary. Now, if you're playing in Nagasaki in person and you actually have a ticket and you use an incense, you're gonna get some more unknown encounters. They kind of spell out Nagasaki Wild. You have unknown letters A, D, G, I, K, L, N, S, W, and no, unknown K will not be shiny. If I can make an assumption, I think they're gonna save the shiny unknown K for Kalos Tour, considering that Kalos Tour starts with the letter K. And then obviously they're gonna have the same spawns like the legendary trio and the mighty Pokemon, but they're gonna add like Corviknight and Hydreigon and all that on the list. Now let's talk about special research, starting with Nagasaki. Ticket holding trainers in Nagasaki can claim an exclusive special research story during their ticketed season. In this research, you'll become an expert on dark and fairy type Pokemon to earn types of in-game medals. And if you're playing the global version and you are a ticket holder, so free players won't get the special research. Again, you have to buy a ticket to get the special research. Ticket holding trainers can claim an exclusive special research story when Pokemon Go Wild Area Global begins on November 15th. In this branched research, you'll choose a path to become an expert on either dark or fairy type Pokemon to earn one of 2 in-game medals. So if you're going to Nagasaki, you're going to experience both the Dark and Fairy type experiences. But just like last year, if you're playing Global, you had to choose between one type or the other. I chose Electric type last year. I am trying to see if I can lean towards the Dark type medal path. So we're gonna see how that goes. Also, everybody is going to experience some field research tasks during Wild Area, whether you're playing in Nagasaki or globally. We just don't know what the encounters are gonna be. We don't know what the research are in general, but when it gets close to that time, we'll let you guys know in this channel. So make sure you're subscribed and you hit the notification bell. Now let's talk about event bonuses. Pretty much for both in-person and global, they're kind of the same, but you get a little extra more bonuses if you're attending Nagasaki, Japan for the in-person events. In general, all trainers will receive the following bonuses from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on event days, which is up to 3 free rate passes per day. Daily max particle collection limit increase to 1,600. It's more if you're going to Nagasaki, and I think it's gonna be like 6 free rate passes for Nagasaki. But for global, that's what it is. And then you get 3 Go Snapshot prizes on each day. If you are a ticket holder, whether it is Nagasaki or global, you're going to be able to get an increased chance of shiny Pokemon, which is like the #1 bonus for ticketed events like this. The daily max particle collection limit increases to 3,200. If you're playing in Nagasaki, it is 8,000. Increased max particles from power spots and exploration. 3/4 max particle cost for unlocking and powering up max moves. Up to 6 free rate passes per day by spinning photodisc at gyms. 2 times candy for Pokemon to be caught. You have an increased chance of getting 5-kilometer eggs, 1/2 egg hatch distance. You have 2-hour lure module. If you're playing in Nagasaki, you are also getting a 2-hour incense duration, and you get 6 Go Snapshot surprises event encounters per day. Now, if you are a ticket holder, whether you are playing in Nagasaki or global, you're gonna get up to 6 special trades per day, and 1/2 Stardust cost for trades. Trainers who explore routes during Pokemon Go Wild Area Global will encounter Pokemon more frequently and earn additional buddy candy. You obviously are gonna have to wait for more details about what's gonna be in routes. We're assuming like certain Mighty Pokémon or maybe Impidimp might be featured, but that's what's happening during the Wild Area event in Pokemon Go. I'm gonna say this, I was so upset that I did not fully took advantage of the Global Wild event last year, because it was amazing, especially the Mighty Pokémon. So I made sure I made myself available on the 15th to the 16th so I could go out and play for the full thing. And it already sounds better. We have Impidimp, which is not only in eggs, but in the wild, so we have a lot of chances to get a few shiny Impidimp. We also have Shadow Legendaries and 5-star raids. I'm pretty sure that's not gonna be it, because we're getting some more information, you know, month after month until we get close to the event, but like, dude, that alone is crazy. Also, because Impidimp and Grimmsnarl and all of that is going to be mainly focused, we might get Gigantamax Grimmsnarl. But if we get confirmation, we'll let you guys know. I mean, why else would we have some max particle bonuses? It's pretty crystal clear. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for today's video. We are going to be playing a little bit of Rookity Comday, and we're going to debate if we're going to go after some Mega Gyarados raids and possibly get another shiny one. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. We will see you guys next time. Peace out.